All right. So yesterday I was programming, and I'm using Django, however you pronounce that, for a new project. And you know, I'm not a junior developer, so but I still use Google Daily to, to solve issues and code and find what's wrong with things. Anyways, just for the heck of it, I was trying to make a decorator to put on a model. Um, Sometimes when you do things that are complicated in a new language, you kind of learn the language better. So I like to, when I'm learning for the first time, just try to make something that's a little out of my comfort zone. And after about 8 hours, I figured it out. But anyways, I might show that in a different video. But the decorator, basically all it did was it would add, like, you could like, it's called like has slug, kind of like similar to a trait in PHP, and it would add the slug, like, definition, like slug field, but also it would add update the save method, and that was the part that gave me the real issue. Took forever to figure out. And then also making sure it didn't break anything, which I'm still not certain. But anyways, so yeah. And during this, I Googled a simple um, search term that should have brought, I'm sure, tons of um, tons of things. Django model decorator Python, right? Simple enough. Okay, let's see what we get. There's literally 3 effing results. 3. And they all basically suck. I mean, this one, video capture, that's not even the same topic. Lately, I've been playing with a different search engine, and I wanted to check them out, see what they would say. And I'm not logged in, so it might be a little different because it's more private, but because I'm using incognito for this video, just because it doesn't use many extensions and things. So look, the Django model class tracker. I think these are 2 that were on the Google one. But here we go. Django model class decorator. Can I create custom decorator for a model method in Django? Open side panel. I mean, beautiful. This is beautiful. Gives me a lot of stuff to work with. Right? This one actually got me through a lot yesterday. There's stuff from GitHub. I mean, the results go on and on. So how is it in this day and age that Google can't even get more than 3 results for, like, Django model decorator? I mean, maybe if I, like, put these together and then separate out those. Yeah, I get a lot more. I get more, but still, I mean, Google, they pride themselves on knowing what I'm thinking. I mean, hell, let's just for fun, I'm gonna try the same search phrase in Bing and DuckDuckGo. Let's see. Shit. 1.4 million results. Like, seriously. There is something broken with Google. This makes no sense. This makes no sense to me. Does it make any sense to you? Like, I mean, they can't even give me related searches. Like, seriously. Like, I get one related search for this? Like, this is common. Very common, I'm sure. Anyways, let's just try DuckDuckGo. Oh look, it doesn't tell me how many. Does it tell me how many results? I don't think it tells me how many. But look, tons of results. Who knows how many pages this goes? You know, I'm not gonna keep scrolling, but and you know, lots of related searches. So yeah, actually looks like Bing might be improving their results. Let's see what we got here. Seems decent. There's not a lot of, I mean, even a lot of the stuff you get in Google is like spam from like those snippet sites and things. You know, and I mean, it's not like I'm the only one who noticed this. Here, if you go to Hacker News and you search Google, and let's put past year, Google search is dying. Google no longer producing high quality search results in significant categories. You know, Google, let's search. Here, let's just Google search. Google search is dying. Google no longer producing quality search results. Has Google search become quantitatively worse? 493 comments, 755 points, 3,000 comments, 1,500 points. And most of them, if you read them, I mean, sure, let's go there. Some real good thoughts here. I'll summarize the ones that hit me. Why are people searching Reddit specifically? The short answer is that Google search results are clearly dying. The long answer is that most of the web has become too inauthentic to trust. This is it for me. I search for the following kinds of things on Reddit exactly because the results of other sites aren't trustworthy. Reviews are secretly paid ads. The best recipe for pancakes is only what's trending on Instagram right now. The latest conditions on mountain bike and hiking trails are being shared inside communities like Reddit, but not on the web. The same for trending programming tools. It is obvious that serving ads creates misaligned incentives for search engines. Okay, let's go next. Important thing to realize too is the problem just keeps getting worse. The article talks about product reviews and recipes, but it's been spreading a lot further than that. Recently, I was trying to look up a technical error, and I found a lot of web pages that seemed to be auto-generated with how to solve error scraped from the web, complete with a list of generic things unrelated to the error, i.e., step 1, try turning your computer off and turning it back on. Yeah, that's not going to help me with my Python programming. This is usually a good first step, and you'll be surprised at how often. Likewise, I was wondering how long appending Reddit will work. Others have pointed out, Reddit shows are already relatively common, and it's becoming increasingly common for bot accounts to create lots of random comments that appear to be human, such as finding a thread with thousands of comments and copying and pasting a comment to another place in a thread or to another thread, or auto-generating a simple sentence based on other comments in the thread. You know, this guy's suggesting maybe we go back to like the internet database where we have like human-based trust over algorithms. Honestly, I would love if like search results did have like if you go over to um let's see. See, I gotta sign in for this. So if you're signed in and you go over to set your preferences, I think. Look, you get to decide what you want to show up. Like, I don't care for some things, so I don't let it show up, you know? I think if every domain had like something like that, I mean, maybe even like you could bake some cryptocurrency and pay people to basically review search results. I guess there is even a job for that, but apparently they suck at it because, I mean, if they're working for Google, they suck at it. Anyways, let's go to the next topic. Google used to be really, really good at finding exactly what I told it to find. Nowadays, it's turned to the yellow pages, sponsored content from businesses trying to sell me goods and services. Can people suggest good alternatives or search patterns for certain categories or information or search types? Some of the search patterns I currently use: YouTube for product reviews and demos, entertainment, music, and educational material. Google with Site Reddit at the start of questions for questions best answered by other humans. Crowdsourced answers, authentic replies for most people. Google with Site News by Commenter if I want to find forum-like discussion on topics I'm interested in. And Google Image Search with Site Amazon when looking for niche products I need to buy. Because Amazon search also is so incredibly broken and gamified. It's actually a good tip. Amazon search does suck. And it's always like paid search results. And here, let's see what Reddit has to say about this. Or, well, here's this based off of a blog post. Google search is dying. Reddit is currently the most popular search engine. The only people who don't know that are the team at Reddit who can't be bothered to build a decent search interface. So instead, we resort to using Google and appending the word Reddit to the end of all our queries. If you try to research a product recipe lately, I don't need to tell you that Google search results have gone to shit. You would have already noticed that the first few non-ad results are SEO optimized sites filled with affiliate links and ads. Google still gives decent results for many other categories, especially when it comes to factual information. You might think that Google results are pretty good for you, and you have no idea what I'm talking about. What you don't realize is that you've been self-censoring yourself from searching most of the things you would have wanted to search. You already know subconsciously that Google isn't going to return a good result. I'm at the point where I'm almost afraid to get stuck on something or have a problem where I need to Google because I'm afraid what my results are going to be, you know? Like, it's, what do you do without Google? I mean, go back to the library? I mean, that's not that's rough for a web developer to even think about. No web, no search. I mean, if you don't have a search, you don't have a web, and so basically, Google being broken means the web's broken, unless competitors like you, Quanta, and some of the other newbies popping up can, you know, can replace them. I remember when Google had at most 2 ads, and even like AdSense. I think one of the requirements is you can't have more than 3 ads on a page, and no more than 2 together. They don't even follow their own freaking rules. I think maybe Google has gone too far in with AI to the point where their old algorithms that actually worked still outcompete with the new ones that fail. There's a fun conspiracy theory that popped up recently called the dead internet theory. And the claim is basically most of the internet is bots. There aren't real people here anymore. According to this user, or Illuminati Pirate, large proportions of the supposedly human-produced content on the internet are actually generated by artificial intelligence networks in conjunction with paid secret media influencers in order to manufacture consumers for an increased range of newly normalized cultural products. You know, I don't think everyone's bots because I use the internet and everyone I know uses the internet. But I wouldn't be surprised if for every bot, for every human, there's 2 bots. So in that way, it's hard to compete. And Google actually responded to them and claiming that the exact matching features merely unintuitive, not broken. Which is bullshit. It used to work. If it used to work and it doesn't work now, isn't that the definition of broken? Danny Sullivan, I work for Google Search. Passed your feedback along. Thanks. You said in the post that quotes don't give exact matches. They really do. Honest. But put a word or phrase in quotes is what will match. If anyone has an example where they feel it doesn't, please let me know. Here's why people often think quoting with Google doesn't work when it really does. I've looked at a huge number of these reports. We match alt text. We match text not readily visible, such as menu or small text. Let's see. Any other points on this? Here, this is funny. You know, and when I edit this, I'm going to edit this into a video probably. I'm going to see what others are saying on YouTube. You know, and of course, gives them proper credit. But, is this from? I'm going to give this guy credit, but I can't find this. Oh, this is from just dkb.io. That's about all I know. Anyways, I guess that in my rant. It's I mean, look at all these results. Look, I love the Stack Overflow integration. I mean, this is beauty, you know, right? I mean, I think the only time Google even makes sense to search anymore is for local things. I mean, no one really matches Google for local. Like, you know, like I live in Utah, Utah wildfires. You know, actually, they're not that bad here. But pretty similar results. But, you know, if you're searching for something to eat or restaurant, then Google still delivers because they have all the maps and places data. But, you know, I really think I'm probably going to be switching to you. There's also Yep, Quanta, some paid search engines. There's a whole bunch. Anyways, that's about all I have to share today. If leave me some comments on what you think about the state of search. You think Google is dead? Thanks. Like and subscribe.